Hi there folks, welcome to Us As We Are. I'm Keegan Van Hook. Today we're here at the Jackson County Expo, which has been set up as an emergency evacuation shelter for survivors of the Almeda Fire, which burned through Talent and Phoenix last 2 Tuesdays ago now. We're going to go and walk around, see if we can talk to some of the volunteers and some of the survivors and see what they have to say. So come on, let's go. All right, to start, how about you just introduce yourself and explain your role here at the shelter?
Sure, my name is Greta Gustafson. I am an American Red Cross spokesperson, and I'm really here to help showcase what is going on here at the shelter and make sure that people have all the information they need to get the help they need.
So tell us about some of the services that you have here.
Yeah, so first and foremost, the American Red Cross has set up a shelter here, which is where people can come and have a safe place to stay the night. But alongside that, people have also been coming in to get meals from other organizations. We've been working with the Salvation Army, and there's some local food trucks here. We've also had FEMA on site providing assistance too. It's just really a whole community coming together here at the Jackson County Expo to make sure that people who have been affected by these wildfires have a safe place to stay and can help figure out their next steps.
And how many people are sheltering here right now?
I don't have an exact number here at this shelter. It's been in flux as people come and go, and even people who aren't staying the night here are still coming in and getting the services, getting the meals, coming in and speaking with our disaster mental health teams to be able to, really help work through some of the trauma that they've seen by evacuating these devastating wildfires. But again, it's just that community coming together and that resilient spirit that we're seeing again and again. So I actually talked with some of our local volunteers here just yesterday who have been on the ground. Clearly, it's their neighborhood since day one. And they got that call the morning of Tuesday, September 8th, and were asked to come down to the Jackson County Expo to help with setting up an evacuation center. And they ended up, over the next few hours, seeing thousands of people coming in who were being evacuated. So they worked closely with the county to set up a shelter, and really that was done in partnership. And from there, they provided shelter, food, just that place of comfort, that place to stay as they were fleeing what they really didn't know what was going to happen next with these wildfires. And it's been a couple of weeks now, and the Red Cross has continued to be here. They've continued to stay in this community to make sure that people feel comfortable, people feel some sense of normalcy in a very abnormal situation. The best way that people can help is by going to redcross.org. You can make a financial donation, which is always helpful, but you can also sign up to volunteer, put on the red vest, and join us out here in the community and help your neighbors. And lastly, you can also donate blood. You can make an appointment to donate blood, roll up a sleeve, and those blood donations are always helpful in a community. It's also always important to remember to be prepared. Disasters like this remind us that we need to expect the unexpected. So I recommend everyone download the Red Cross Emergency app. That's going to have information on how to prepare as well as shelter information right there at your fingertips. So if we come over here, this is down in this area is actually where the main congregate shelter is. And this is where people are staying in cots. They also have their tents set up in there too. And that's really a way that people can keep all of their belongings in one place and still kind of feel like they have that sense of their own space and home being in these tents. So that's down in this area. Here you'll also see that a lot of people have their pets with them too, which is, I've talked to so many people out in the community as well who they have said that they wouldn't evacuate if they couldn't bring their pets with them. And so we always recognize that pets are a part of the family. They're a part of that plan. And so we work with a variety of organizations to make sure there's places for pets to be and to include that as part of it as well. We actually have all of the cots spaced 6 feet apart right now. Sure. And we're also taking people's temperatures before they go into the shelter. Mm-hmm. We're making sure everyone's wearing masks. We do a quick health screening too as people come in, just to ask them about any potential symptoms and make sure that really anyone coming into the facility has been screened and is, really just kind of trying to keep this as safe as an environment as possible. I think the important thing to remember is that the Red Cross is here as long as we're needed. So this shelter will stay open until people have a next place to go. So when you actually hear about shelter closings, that's a positive thing because it means people have been figuring out that next step. So this shelter here will stay open until we have figured out that next step for everyone. So this is a shelter trailer, which is actually where we will house our cots and our blankets and make sure that we have all those materials needed to open a shelter ready to go. So we can bring that in and set up a shelter within hours. As we walk down here, you'll really see all the different organizations coming together. I mean, we have a laundry trailer set up. We have a food truck that's been coming every day since day one to help serve their community. The Salvation Army has been great about pulling together meals and helping to provide that hot meal each and every day. And then we also have shower trailers and accessible bathrooms because, again, this needs to be a comfortable area for each and every person. And this here is actually one of our emergency response vehicles. They go out into the community. Some of them go to the hotel rooms where people are staying and deliver meals and supplies. And I'm not sure where this one's getting ready to go, but I'm sure it's getting out ready to deliver those necessary supplies to people.
Right on. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
My name is Chaz McKenna, own Fat Kid Food Co. We pretty much have just been here since day one, just providing meals for everybody and, just trying to let everybody have that experience of, being able to walk up to the truck. You still get an order, they could be picky. Just letting everybody kind of drop their shoulders for a little bit and just being able to get the experience of some kind of normalcy, and stuff of being able to get what we like to think a fun meal, whether it's a burger, a crazy chicken sandwich. Today we're doing the chow mein noodle dish on steroids. It's really...
So how did it get decided that you were going to come down here and do this?
In the past, I've done a lot of natural disaster stuff. 2018, flew out to Hilo, spent some time in Pahoa, preparing like 600 meals and stuff for people there and cooking thousands of pounds of pork. So from that to then we started a thing called Thankful Thursday during COVID, where it was like COVID's happening, there's people out of work, whole thing. So we did a Thankful Thursday. Everything was free on Thursdays. And we pretty much had like a foundation set from those Thursdays to be able to, once things started happening, fires were breaking out, we were driving around trying to find gas for this thing because I knew, all right, we're going to be in play in this. And literally 7 a.m. Wednesday, we just rolled on up here, acted like we were supposed to be here, and we were actually the first anything here, and just started doing our smash burgers, and we've just been here every day since, pretty much. So
you're almost kind of like a restaurant first responder then, yeah?
We just, show up, and it's about just, letting everybody who's been here has supported us. We were very blessed to, we haven't even been open for 6 months, and our spot was Phoenix, or Harley Davidson right there on the border of Phoenix. That spot's not there, but we've confirmed 53 families that we've known that have just came through here alone that we've had to see where, they lost everything. So for us, when we first started doing the truck, we've always been about helping. Everything was, if there's fires in California, we'll go down to California and help feed, but very about the community. And it was just like, we'll be here and we'll continue to be here, and stuff. So it's kind of what we have to do, and if we can, then let's do it, why not?
So tell us about what kind of food you guys are serving.
Our overall, we are fat kid stoner munchy hangover food is what we call ourselves. I guess we would be also Pacific Rim, which is island, West Coast influence. So we'll do things from like our classic Cherry Street smash to our hot mess chicken sandwich, which is just fried wontons. It's a hot mess guacamole, to our street noodles and stuff. We're taking things that we do out in the real world and stuff, or out in the wild, as we say, when we were in service, and we're just bringing them here, and we're just tweaking them just so we could do 3 to 4 to 5 to 600 meals, whatever it is needed. So
in the midst of all of this, chaos with the fires and, the response that you guys are doing now, how does it make you feel to be a part of it in this way?
we just feel really humble and grateful that we're able to be here and helping out. There's a lot of places, you know, it's amazing to see the community coming together and people who are dropping off things and stuff. But like I said, is for us to be able to pull up and give people that experience where you could come here and say, I don't want 5 of these things on there. You know, it's just, we just feel really humble and really grateful. And, you know, we're just here to give the support back to the community that they gave us. So, you know, we'll continue. This isn't a now and just a now. This is the 6 months to ahead. So as soon as we're not needed here, we're going to set up our own hub off the 99, try to get back to where we were parked before. And, you know, it's a long road. So our idea is at least be able to feed 1,000 people a week, when last week it was 400 to 600. We saw some days 900 and stuff, meals done out that, you know, we have to be realistic on. We can't kind of maintain that. But even to do, you know, a few meals a day to, you know, whatever. That's what I try to tell people, like right now. It's not just don't give everything, don't give it all now and pat yourself on the shoulder and think, oh my God, I did a good job and stuff, because these people are still going to be feeling this stuff 6 months, a year from now. So, you know, to think ahead, how we can help people ahead. And, you know, we're 100% out of our own pocket with a few donations and stuff that have helped out a lot. But we're going to get back into things next week. We're going to be open regular hours and just try to get some things fueling. And what's nice here is we make connections with families. We've got to know families and what people need and what they don't need. And it's crazy when people are giving when they have nothing, and they refuse not let us take it and stuff, because they're able to see how it could be paid forward. So it's pretty. So again, we feel very humble, we feel appreciated, and we're just stoked that we could be here. So that's really it.
Right on. Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, awesome. You guys have a good one.
You too. Okay, to begin, why don't you just introduce who you are?
I'm Debbie Minkin. I was living in Talent at 333 Mountain View Estates, where he just bought his retirement home from Tahoe. We moved from Tahoe, and it's been about 5 years now. So we just woke up that morning and it was water in the yard. It's like there was a big fire right there. It's like we might have to evacuate. So you just start thinking of what to grab. And then the police was coming by, get out, get out. You got to get out now. It's because there was a line even trying to get out. So it was pretty scary.
Were you able to save much?
No.
And your house was burned down?
Yes.
So then how did you find yourself here at the Expo Center?
It was told that we had to come to the Expo for Red Cross shelter.
So you've been here ever since the day of the fire?
Yes. Well, the day after. First day, everybody was just scattered everywhere and really didn't know what to do. And we stayed at a truck stop in the car. Yeah.
So tell us what the experience here at the shelter has been like.
It's been very overwhelming, but very helpful. I mean, they just helped out in every ways they could. Just people coming together and showing each other the way and helping each other out, trying to stay a distance. So it's been
So
scary.
I bet. So long term, what do you think you are going to do to get out of the shelter and sort of recover from your situation?
Just keep trying. My plans are to get a little Walmart mini home and put in a park that once we get cleaned up or something.
All right, how about you introduce yourself and what brings you here today?
Yeah, my name's Wendy, and I'm here with Helping Hands International, and it's a local organization that usually does outreaches to different areas that need help. So we're just here doing whatever they need us to do.
Tell us about what you're doing right now.
We are making up some packets with silverware, salt and pepper, just so people can grab them with their meals. So,
And what kind of other activities have you been doing while you're here?
well, we've been keeping the drinks ready and keeping snacks out and food out. The girls have been helping and keeping drinks cold and easy to handle.
How does it make you feel to be a part of this?
Oh, I'm just glad to have a way to help. It's kind of hard to sit home and know that there's people out there that have lost everything, and it's just a really small way to be able to be a part of helping and get people back on their feet. And so, yeah.
So tell me, like, how did you find yourself involved in the first place? Like, when the fires broke out, was that sort of what brought you in, or were you a volunteer before?
Well, I've volunteered at other things before, but yeah, when the fires broke out, I was just looking for a way to help. So,
And that brings you here.
yeah.
I'm Anna, and I'm here to help. I'm here to help, mostly. Yeah.
Right on. And so what are you doing right now? You're helping your mom put together these salt and pepper little packages?
Yeah, with spoons, forks, knives, and salt and pepper and napkins.
How many days have you been out here?
This is my first. We were here the second day of the fire, but it was more a little chaotic, but this is more organized.
How does it make you feel to help out?
Well, I'm glad I can do something for the people who lost their homes.
Anything else you want to say that I forgot to ask about?
No, I don't think so.
Thanks for talking to us. Cool. All right, how about you introduce yourself and say what your role at the Salvation Army is?
Okay, I'm Major Jackson Koenig, and I'm the Jackson County Coordinator for the Salvation Army.
What does it mean to be a major in the Salvation Army?
Oh, it just means I've been around a long time. No, as a major, as an officer, that means I'm also an ordained minister for the Salvation Army, and I also administrate and coordinate all of what the Salvation Army does in the areas that we're assigned to.
Right on. So tell us about what kinds of services you're providing here at the Expo shelter.
Okay, well, we've been pretty well here at the Expo since September 11th. So that's emergency management invited us to come and handle and managing meals. So we brought in our mobile kitchen trailer. We invited for Helping Hands International and 715 Ministries to kind of join in with us to help in volunteering as we provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not only have we been doing that, but we've also established this as more of a respite area. So we've had snacks and drinks and everything, so people pretty well from about 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. can just come through, and as they're eating, grabbing meals, they're able to just kind of open up and talk with us, and especially as we had families and individuals who were talking about just, you know, what they've lost, what they're trying to figure out they're going to be doing, and we've just been here to have that ministry of presence with them.
So how has this experience felt so far?
Well, like, you know, when you look at with Salvation Army, I've gone out to many different places, many different states, and even out of country when it comes to emergency disaster response and giving relief. It's a lot different when it happens in your own front yard. So, I mean, my family lives here. We had to go through experiencing on September 8th as we had the flames right near even our Hope House transitional shelters. We're there dealing with that, needing to evacuate. So with here, you know, as we're, you know, working with people that we know, our community members who have lost their places, who are very distraught, you know, I mean, Salvation Army is able to do what we do best. I mean, it's like we're already there before the disaster, we're there during it, and we're going to be for the long term. And so as we've been able to connect with people, you know, it's really been rewarding in that sense, but also as we're all processing what we went through, it was a pretty scary night. So to be able to connect and relate with people that way has been very beneficial.
So do you think, well, how long do you think you might be here at the shelter?
Well, we're pretty well here until the shelter is ready to close up. So it could be, you know, a couple more weeks. There's not a definitive date on that. So we'll just continue to provide meals. And when we're told, okay, we're not needed here, then we'll you know, kind of change on what that long-term recovery will be. So, you know, you look at this isn't going to be just a recovery effort that's done next week. And so us, along with other organizations, are in for that long haul, whether it takes 7 months, a year, however it needs to give that recovery.
Very cool. And if people want to help, what should they do?
Well, they can just contact the Salvation Army at our main admin office is at 304 Beatty Street in Medford. They can also give us a call at area code 541-773-6965 and just let us know as far as if they want to volunteer or they want to donate. We are looking for constantly with like Gatorades and other flavored drinks and juices and snack items and such. So and things change as far as what we might need. Next week we may find out that there's other things that we need that we didn't need this week.
Well, anything I forgot to ask about that you want to mention?
We're just very thankful for this community. We've always seen Jackson County always comes together and helps out, and that's what we've been seeing here. I mean, it's like, as we always say, no matter what happens, we might get shaken, we might get knocked off a little, but here in Jackson County, we not only get back up, there's people there to help get us back up and make certain we come back even stronger.
Well, what brought me here, my name is Leo, last name Alercon. What brought me here was, on the 8th of this month, basically I was sleeping to go to work graveyard shift, and at 4:20 in the afternoon, all I heard was pounding on our door, and it was the sheriffs telling us, you guys got to get out like now. 5-minute, gap, it was like not like right now, you guys got to go. You don't have an option, like you need to leave. So yeah, we left. I was thinking it was because of the smoke that they were evacuating us. That wasn't the case. It was basically say goodbye to your belongings, say goodbye to your home, and that was the end of that.
So there wasn't a lot of warning ahead of the final evacuation?
There wasn't, there wasn't like nothing, It went from straight like all the way. I never heard of anything like other than get out. Like no such thing as level 1, level 2. It was immediate level 3.
Wow, because they did, we know that they did like an incremental step up, so you didn't get any kind of notifications about that?
Nope, not that I'm aware of. I was sleeping at the time. I went to bed that day around noon, so I was aware that there was a fire in Ashland around 11, and I was awake during that time, so I could see the smoke happening, and after that I went to bed, and 4 o'clock, 4 hours later, I guess we're in the danger zone.
Were you able to save anything?
Nope, nothing, just my vehicle, the dog. Everything else here is basically provided because of credit, Credit is helping me out, and insurance company, State Farm, is taking care of me, and that's just because I had full coverage on the home,
Is this your RV?
Yes.
You bought this on credit?
Yes, I bought it on credit, and I'm $24,000 in the hole. But at least I have somewhat of a shelter, So I am very fortunate on that end, because where else would we go,
So have you gone back to your house since the fire?
We did. We were able to go back, like, I believe it was the beginning of this week. So we went back, and there's nothing left there, only like anything made out of steel, like the burned refrigerator, stove, microwave. You could see those items there, but like everything else is disintegrated, gone.
How did it make you feel when you saw it like that?
To tell you the truth, I cried. I bawled, I cried, that was, we just bought our house last year. It was a brand new home, and, that was the best feeling ever, getting your first home, and then just basically like in a blink of an eye, just watch it burn. Like, so it's just gone, it's replaceable, but not for everybody, It was a sentimental thing for like the whole community, really. It's not just about me. It's like, that's the biggest thing, Like, I was affected by it. My neighbors were affected by it. Some of them were like older ladies, who's like, I know there was this one lady, she had sold her actual home to downgrade, because she had like medical bills and stuff like that, she couldn't really afford to live that quality of life of having an actual stick home. Too expensive, so now she downgraded to like a mobile home, things like that, and like as for me, it was just I worked hard to get to where I was at, to just like watch it like disappear, like it's not there no more,
So what's your plan now? Or do you have a plan?
Tell you the truth, like all week long, like ever since after the fire, the first week was rough. This week it's more like, okay, we have an RV, I got to get back to work, but at the same time I have 4 kids and they got to start school. We don't have like actual internet access here. It's small quarters, that I'm going to be sharing with the 4 kids. They got to be kids, you can't tell them to shut up or be quiet, because graveyard and trying to sleep during the day, you want some peace, you want some quiet time so you can rest, What
do you do for work?
I work for Amy's Kitchen. And you know what? Amy's Kitchen did help me out a lot too. They also paid for a week of my hotel stay. which, you know, I'm grateful for that. They did help me out, and they're in the process of trying to assist us with whatever else they can. I'm not sure what they're doing, but at least they took care of me on the first week, which was much needed, you know, because when everything happened, it was more like, where do you go? It was chaos everywhere. Nobody knew what to do. I almost thought it was going to be like, you know, like people were going to start fighting, you know, over canned food, you know, because it got crazy, you know, like you had everybody like gathered up. Nobody had anything. Now people have RVs, but during that time, nobody had anything. Everybody was just left homeless.
Well, anything else you want to mention that I forgot to ask about?
No, other than thanks to the community, you know, for helping us out and helping everybody out in general. You know, I've seen a lot of love and support from everybody. You know, from providing us with our first, you know, pair of jeans, for, you know, T-shirts. You know, the kids, you know, getting at least like a Minnie Mouse or a Mickey Mouse, whatever item, you know, that they own. And some people were able to provide that item for everybody. You know, it was there for everybody to help themselves too. You know, the vendors that gave us free food, you know. And there's still a lot of people out there that need help. You know, not everybody, like I said, is fortunate enough to afford to have insurance or you know, be at that age. Some people were older and you know, they depend just on their Social Security if they have that, you know. So regardless of what it is, I still got to thank everybody in general for helping us all out, you know.
Really helpful people we talked to today. It's pretty inspiring to see how people try and help each other out. It looks like there's still plenty of room here at the expo, so if you're in need of somewhere to evacuate to, this might be a good option for you. In any case, folks, I've been Keegan Van Hook. This is Us As We Are, and we'll see you in the next one.